Hey, I'm Liz. If you're new here, welcome. I'm losing 150 pounds and today is Weigh-In Wednesday. I'm also losing $150,000 in debt, which I'll talk about in other videos. If you just want to know how much weight I gained or lost this week, you can use the chapters down below to skip around, but let's get into a weekly update. It's been a great week. It's been very relaxing. We've gotten some house projects done, spending time in the garden. Our basil plants are like little shrubs and we're growing them as big as we can. Then we're gonna make some pesto sauce. My elephant ears are extremely happy where they are in the garden. It's taken a couple years to get them to a happy place. Yeah, training to keep Orion out of the garden is still not going very well. She just goes where she wants to go. She's in charge. It's her world, and we are just here to distribute the food and water. Over the weekend, we were celebrating my mother-in-law's birthday, and then my in-laws are celebrating their 45th wedding anniversary this week. That is just incredible. We took them out for a meal at Portobello's in Kennett Square, which was delicious and amazing. After dinner, we went over to Longwood Gardens. So if you're ever up in the Philadelphia area, you might want to check that out. It's a botanical garden that was once the residence of the DuPont family. They had some kind of artist do a light installation that we really wanted to see. Well, my mother-in-law and I really wanted to see. Oh, it smells so good. I guess our timing was just off and it was so hot and humid that we decided we would go back another day.
What's that?
Which is fine. So as you know, I'm also on a budget and my husband actually gave me a membership to Longwood Gardens for Christmas so I could go anytime I want without having to pay extra. So we didn't mind leaving and missing the light installation over the weekend because we know we won't have to pay to go back.
It does sound old. 43 sounds old.
Let's talk nutrition. So for a while, I was hoping to find somebody, a nutritionist, and I have looked all over my area, trying to find somebody that could specialize in maybe balancing hormones for fertility. But really, I decided that just losing the weight is going to be the first step. And so I was really open to anybody in my area, and a lot of people were charging a lot of money and my insurance doesn't cover this, so I don't have help with that. And I couldn't find what I was looking for. I was searching on the internet, finding all kinds of people have all kinds of advice and courses and downloads and this and that. But what I really needed is somebody to look at what I'm eating and say, oh yeah, this is good. This is what you should be doing. And well, instead of this, try this, and give me like a meal plan, but with options. And also was thinking about getting a personal trainer, and I just keep hearing the dollar signs adding up, and I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for until Alan Roberts reviewed my video about, what was that, like a couple weeks ago? And I did take his advice. You can watch my video from last week. I did start taking his advice this month, and it made just the free advice that he was giving me made such a big difference. So I bought his book. I signed up for his app. I didn't really participate on the app, but I was just seeing how things work. I've worked with so many people over the years that some people are really great and some people was a waste of money. So I wanted to feel it out, see how it was going. And then he presented his new level of coaching for nutrition and activity coaching. And I was like, this is exactly what I said I've been looking for. So I signed up for the coaching. I had a consultation with him and his wife, Crystal, last Thursday, I think it was. And it's the best money that I've ever spent aside from my cat's prescription cat food. That's like $20 a pound. Love you, Luna. We all love you. So, I'm not going to share every single little detail of conversations with Alan, and like, I'm just not going to share every little nitty gritty detail, but let me give you some highlights. So when I saw the coaching the first time, I wasn't sure how I was going to fit. I think it's $80 a month. How I was going to fit that into my budget. Also knowing that the federal student loans will be coming up soon, and I don't know what my payment's going to be. They haven't told me yet. So they're going to expect me to make a payment and haven't told me what it's going to be yet, which is really another story for another time. Anyway, I thought, how can I fit that $80 of coaching into my budget every month and at least commit to it at least for the next 6 months, if not longer, as long as I need. And then I came to the reality, if you have seen any of my budget videos, I spend way over $80 in fast food and going out on food every single month. So if I'm cutting back the fast food to be healthier, then I will have that $80 in my budget. So it's a no-brainer. And now I can remind myself that because I am paying that $80, even as much as I might want to go out for fast food, I really just can't fit that in my budget. Anyways, I thought, okay, well, you can afford the coaching. You can't afford to keep eating fast food and going down that path. You can't afford any the infertility is expensive enough with healthcare. You cannot afford to develop diabetes or a heart disease or anything like that. So yeah, while it's $80, it is extremely affordable, in my opinion, for me and my budget. So I had my initial consultation with Alan and Crystal on Thursday, and needless to say, I was extremely nervous to be like one-on-one with him. But it went extremely well. We talked about some of the advice he had given me in the video, the caloric range, what a big difference that made for me. He said, let's keep you the 1,600 to 2,000 calorie range, but aim for the middle around 1,750 to 800 calories. To be in that healthy range. Have a 2,000 calorie day, a higher calorie day, like once a week or whatever. And then he was going into a lot about how somebody who has 150 pounds to lose, the difficulty of saying, oh, you need 1,200 calories. And then he went on to say, like, when I do achieve my goal, then, you know, if I stall somewhere around like 175, well, then we're going to adjust down and not do 2,000 calories. That's where the max will be, like 1,500, 1,600 max. And so just being able to like scaffold it down as we go, and we'll get to that. So it just felt good to hear, like, not be told like 1,200 calories. That's it. Go do it. So they set me up with a meal plan for a couple of days, and in the meal plan, it's super easy. If I make that food and eat it, I just hit tap. I just tap on it to log it for the day, which makes logging so much easier. And then if there's a meal that I'm really not enthused about, I can swap that out. I'm not obligated to only eat the food on the meal plan that they provide. I can eat other stuff. Like, for example, I've had yogurt, so I just log it like I normally would in my Fitness Pal, but I do it in Alan's app, the Damn Collective, I think it's called. I don't feel hungry. I feel very full and satiated. He sent me a message saying to make sure you're paying attention to the foods that make you feel satiated. So like the breakfast casserole, love that so much. So that's something I know that I love how it tastes. It's easy to make, keeps me satiated. And the bonus is my husband also really likes it, so it works for both of us. So that's something that I'm just going to be making like all the time. I don't feel like I'm deprived of anything. I feel great. I feel healthy. I've eaten several of the meals. There was a chicken curry recipe, but I didn't have chicken. My chicken was frozen, so I just quickly threw in some ground turkey that I had. So I made a quick little swap, but that little change, I don't have to worry about like right now going in and logging it, because it's not like I swapped it for like McDonald's. With the coaching, they check in with you on the app in like this little private chat room thing, like a DM. And during the consultation, I had brought up that we were going to go out for my in-laws to celebrate their anniversary and the birthday. Alan said, make sure you eat your protein during the day. Don't not eat because you're going to have a bigger meal later, but get your protein in. And I did. So I had the breakfast casserole, I had my Brazil nuts, I had strawberries, and I had my yogurt and my collagen and my coffee. So I had a big lunch. I didn't have breakfast because I wasn't hungry when I woke up. And that kept me full. And then I had my great meal for dinner. And the other thing he said is to make sure when you have those nights out or those celebrations that you have your next day planned out. So for the next day, I plan to have yogurt and egg and berries and then do my meal prep. So that worked out to have something, like, know that I was ready for the next day. And the next day, he actually sent me another message just to see how everything went. And just explaining, like, he can see my activity because I have my Fitbit connected to the app. So I let him know, like, this is what I had to eat. And then we also walked, I think, almost 4 miles. I got in, I think, almost 10,000 steps maybe. And it was hot and humid, so we were sweating like crazy. I really appreciated him checking in with me on that to make sure I was being successful. And also, I think if I wasn't being successful, to gear me in the right direction, which, you know, it's like when you start something new, you're excited about it and you do very well with it. So everything is going smoothly right now. And we'll see if this, I hope it does. I'm going to do my best to make sure the momentum keeps going here. The day after we went to Longwood Gardens, I did have my plan in place. I woke up and I was not hungry at all. In fact, I was still feeling really full from the day before. So I drank my water, my coffee. I had yogurt, which now I serve my supplements for fertility in a shot glass just to make it look a little fancy. And yes, so this is what happened. I just dropped off a whole bunch of packages at the post office. And normally what I would do is go to the McDonald's that is like right across the street and have that for food, you know, just because it's right there. But today I have my grocery list of food I planned out. When I get back home, I'm going to have my Brazil nuts and a cheese stick while I unpack my groceries and start to meal prep. So I all of a sudden have become extremely ravenous. I'm at the grocery store. I'm several miles from home. And I thought, okay, I would normally, like I said, just run over to McDonald's. I'm like, I'm not doing that. There's Panera Bread. I'm not doing that because I know even though it's healthy, it's going to be too many calories. I already went out to eat yesterday. And I thought, I'm going to get Chick-fil-A. I didn't get what I normally get. I got 8 grilled nuggets. I got the side salad and the dressing. This dressing is 280 calories. Oh, Jesus, Pete. How much is this? I'm gonna have to look this all up and then decide if I'm actually gonna eat this. Oh, I'm so hungry. I'll be back. Well, I tried looking up the nutrition information. I'm just so hungry and I couldn't find what I was looking for, but I am going to include it on the screen somewhere around here and total it all up. I did eat the whole salad. I don't know if you can tell on the dressing packet, I ate, well, let me squish this down. So like to here, I ate about half of the dressing, to be fair. And it was so, I only put half on the salad and it was so much dressing that I didn't even use the dip for the nuggets. And then it came with these red bell peppers that are actually quite delicious. I opened them up to try them, but they're 80 calories and I would just rather eat something else. I have little sugar-free chocolate puddings that I think are 70 calories. I would rather have one of those with a whole bunch of strawberries than eat that. So in the bag it goes. Now I know, like, even though I felt like I had I was not hungry this morning and had my yogurt and my collagen and my coffee, I probably should have had maybe like an egg or two with it just to satiate me a little bit longer and had like a full breakfast still and not try to cut back on my breakfast. So, all right, now I can go grocery shopping. Okay, and then the last thing about nutrition for today is yesterday, Alan sent a message about his wife was having a live workout, and I kind of felt obligated to go to it since he reached out to me and sent me a personal message. And I'm glad he did because I signed up for it. It was such a great workout, but we'll get to that in a minute. It had been several hours since I had eaten, and I knew I wasn't going to have dinner until like an hour after the workout ended. So I was kind of like in that in-between space of like, do I eat now or do I wait because dinner is later? And like, am I going to have my calories? I don't want to go overboard. I don't want to eat junk now. I'm going to work out, but I don't want to be so hungry when I'm done working out that like I reach for junk before dinner is finished. So I made some chicken and I just seasoned it up really good. Salt, pepper, garlic, some kind of, I forget what the seasoning was I put on it. And then dipped it in some spicy brown mustard. That was, I think it's 0 calories. And so I got some protein in. It was low calorie. And it kept me satiated until after the workout. And then I made I made the chicken curry dish, but used ground turkey instead of chicken. Okay, so like I said, this is only the first week. Of course, I'm putting in the effort and I want it to keep going. I want to keep the momentum going. I'm sure there's going to be some struggles. I know I've done this before. There's going to be some struggles. So we'll just take them as they come. But for right now, everything is going well. The coaching is awesome. I recommend it to everybody. I love the app. The community he has built in his app is very encouraging, very positive, and not that fake positive shit, but like real positive stuff. So anyway, I can't say enough nice things about that. For steps, I hit my goal almost every day in the last week. On Saturday, I had 3,800 steps. I was so tired from getting my steps 2 days in a row that I kind of took it easy that day. We had a lot of thunderstorms all day, so I wasn't getting Orion outside for walks. And although I could have like gone on the elliptical and the bike and everything, I really wanted to take advantage of the bad weather to get some of my work done on my computer. Then on Monday, I got 5,500 steps in. That was the day after we had been out. It was extremely hot and humid. I was kind of sore from all that walking. I had done a workout and I just needed to keep it low key. Plus my husband was off from work that day, so we were doing some projects, we were hanging out, Then the other days I hit my step goals, so I'm really happy with that. Let's take a look at my active minutes. I hit my active minutes more days than I hit my step goal. And you can see here that Saturday, the computer work day, I had no active minutes. Although I had gone up and down the stairs a few times and I wasn't just sitting all day, I was trying to get some steps in. I got no active minutes in. But the other days I definitely hit my goal. I feel really proud of that. And Tuesday is when I did the live workout with Alan's wife, Crystal. My arms are still burning from that yesterday. My legs, my hips, they're they're that kind of sore where like, you worked out, that like, oh crap, like I am that out of shape, like I'm really not even where I was just a couple years ago. But that good sore where like everything is starting to like, you got some momentum. And in addition to walking my dog and doing the workouts in the app, I've been using my elliptical, my bike. The one night I just stood, it was like 11 o'clock at night and I still needed to get like 1,200 steps in. So I just did a quick walking in place workout. So yeah, like I'm excited to try some new workouts, and I'm excited to challenge myself. Plus, my dog is loving that we go for so many walks. I'll try to show a picture of her with her purple light up collar. It's nice because she's a black dog. It's hard to see her at night, and it just draws some attention that it's not just me walking, that I have a dog for safety, and it looks so cute at night too. Okay, so in last week's weigh-in, I was 295.4 pounds. I had been down 2 pounds from the previous week, and today I am 293.1 pounds, which is 2.3 pound loss. So I am ecstatic about that. I feel like I'm getting back into the groove and everything is starting to move. I mean, I'm excited that I have lost this 2.3 pounds, but I also know that this is 2.3 pounds out of 150 pounds, and I'm just happy to be back on course. How I feel is most important, and I'm feeling great. I feel like I'm gaining control, although I know it's only been a week with the coaching. I feel like I'm gaining control over my binging, over overeating, making good nutrition choices, pushing myself to hit my goal of the 8,000 steps in 30 minutes of activity without doing it in a way that could hurt myself. Yeah, I'm a little sore from the workout yesterday, but it's that good kind of sore where your muscles were working, that's your body getting stronger. I know that the first maybe 20-30 pounds come off more quickly than the rest of it because a lot of it's water weight and your body is adjusting. So I understand that, but I'm just happy to be moving in the right direction with the proper supports. Something I've noticed is being present is really contributing to being more relaxed and releasing control of everything. Just taking notice to small things around me, when the wind is blowing, when I feel the sun on my face, and just small things like that help to relieve stress, which is really good for infertility, to improve fertility. So in the last week, I noticed when I was looking back at my pictures, I found this little picture of this bug. I noticed this shell of a bug on my iris plant, and just taking time to look at it, take a picture of it, wonder what kind of bug it is. It looked like a bee, but I wasn't sure that that's what a bee would do. I saw this bee flying around my balloon flowers, and pollination happening right in front of me, and just being present in the moment to observe that and think about how nature works, pausing to think about how nature works. I just find like that was so relaxing. I wasn't stressed about anything in that moment. I wasn't worried about anything. I wasn't trying to plan anything. And so I'm going to try to have more practice like that. I know that everything I'm doing now is going to change in 5 weeks when I go back to school. But I feel that I have supports in place to help me with that transition. I'll have my coaching. Allie and Crystal said when we get closer to going back to school, then we'll have a conversation about things to do to be successful with that. The other thing that I've done for myself is, well, first of all, back in December, my gynecologist said that he was referring me to the reproductive endocrinologist, fertility specialist, and that most likely they would start me on medication. So when the appointment time came, I told my husband, like, you don't need to come to the appointment with me because all they're going to do is look at the blood work and be like, yeah, we'll put you on medication. And I felt it was silly for him to have to take off from work and rearrange his whole schedule because it was over an hour away for me to just get a prescription. And I was totally fine with that. He said, are you sure? I insisted. Yes. Like, I'll just go by myself. It's fine. It wasn't fine. And I didn't know that. I wish I had let my husband come with me because that appointment really affected me. And then the follow-up appointment really affected me. And not only because I was receiving news I wasn't expecting, news that was not, desirable, things I wanted to hear, but the way I was treated, the manner in which the news was delivered to me, the callous things that the residents said, it was awful, an awful experience. Soon I have a meeting with a new fertility specialist in a new hospital. And the first visit is a consultation, and it's a telehealth visit. So my husband will definitely be there. And if it was in person, we were gonna make sure my husband went with me. But it's telehealth, so that's great. My husband's going to be there. And then I also scheduled a therapy session right after that. So no matter what news I get, no matter what I'm told, I have a support in place to help me with anything that needs to be processed or, any emotions that I'm feeling. So that way I don't want to derail my progress. So now have supports in place, prepared, and we'll see what happens when it comes to all of that. Who knows? I don't know what they're going to say. They could say that the first person was correct. They could say, oh, no, that person was wrong. We should do X, Y, Z. I don't know. So my expectations are like pretty much zero right now. And then I know my husband will be there for me. And he's there for me anyway, but I know like he'll be in the appointment with me. And I have a therapy session scheduled right after that. So I am all set up to deal with whatever news comes to me when I am at that appointment. Well, the last thing is a quote by Martha Beck. It says Martha Beck, but it's Martha Beck. I saw Martha Beck speak at O Magazine's 10th anniversary celebration in New York City. She said, to follow your life's guidance, you may have to reassign some seemingly important things to unimportant. To follow your life's guidance, you may have to reassign some seemingly important things to unimportant. Some other things I know I'm going to have to, I'm committed to my health. I'm committed to trying to improve my fertility to have a baby, which means I might have to say no to some things. I might have to put things on a bucket list instead of the to-do list. If somebody said, let's go out for drinks, and we turned it into a doggy play date instead of drinks, I really couldn't afford the calories. So still wanting to be social, but in a more active way. It's the beginning here. Again, the continuation, I guess, a new chapter maybe. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But what matters is how I feel. And I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm feeling really good today. I hope you're staying hydrated because it is freaking humid. I need to continue on with my day. I hope you're all achieving your goals. And I was also wondering, do you think we should do like a live Q&A? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts below. Go get yourself some water. I'll do the same, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.